everybody, Griff Hamlin here. Welcome and thanks for joining me. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to end a blues tune. We often talk about, intros and cool licks and cool rhythms and stuff, but at some point you got to tell the band it's time to stop. So one of the more common endings, now I've talked in other videos about what's commonly called a Basie ending. Some people actually call it an Ellington ending. I've heard it called, most of my whole life I've heard it called a Basie ending. And it's the idea, the sort of that sort of an idea. And undoubtedly you've heard something similar to that. What I've discovered is that, learned over the years rather, is that there's another very common ending, and I call it a half Basie, only because it takes not quite a little more than half as many beats. I just call it a half Basie because that's a way that I can remember what I mean. But basically, what it is you're going around the form. So if we're in the key of E, so I'm going around the form. I'm at the 5 chord, 4 chord. And then there's a hit right here at the downbeat of the 1 chord, and then you have some sort of a fill. Now, the fill honestly can be anything you want, but after that hit it's 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 1, 2, and, or 2 and 2, and that's where the half step's gonna be. So if I'm in the key of E, that last blues half step is gonna be like, could be 9th chords, but it's going to be F to E. If you just play the 7th chords, it's probably easier. It'd be hard to, you could do it with full bar chords, but again, that would be a challenge. It's unusual to play those types of chords in a band situation. So the lick that I chose to put there is just something that I use a lot, and it happens to have just the right number of beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm starting out, I'm basically playing an E minor blues scale. So 3rd and open on the 1st and the 2nd strings. Now I'm going to take the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, slide it up to the 4th, grab the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, then do a quick slide back to the 2nd, pull off probably to the open, you could pick it, and then grab the E on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And then I'll hit that high E open. So in time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and so there's that blues half step. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. A little faster. And that's all there is to it. It's not a super hard lick, and again, you can put any lick that you want there as long as the beats work out right. So I just happened to pick something that worked fairly well with that, and I'll share it with you today. But if you have some other kind of ending that you'd like to go there, obviously it'll work. The main thing about this one, if you're playing it at a jam session, is it's kind of all about the cue, okay? So, we use the headstock a lot to cue the band, right? So if you're coming around, by about the time you get to the 4 chord, you're probably going to be, lifting it up, sort of looking around, making sure people are paying attention. And then what you're going to want to give people is that stop on beat 1, and then you can play what you need to play. They're going to probably pick up the rest of how this is going to work. Okay, so you'll give the 5, 4, I almost guarantee that if the fellow jammers have any experience at all, they're totally going to get what you're going for you'll be able to play that lick and do the hits, and everybody will follow it. It should work. It's a very common ending. If you cue it, if you set it up starting right towards the end of the 5 chord, move it into the 4 chord, you get that headstock up, it sort of lets everybody know, hey, pay attention, you know, here we go. Likewise, maybe the bass player's leading the band. If you see his headstock go up, okay, you know, okay, that's where we're going. And you know, when he hits that boom, you know to stop. And you know, he may look at you to do a fill. Who knows? You know, that's something that you got to pay attention for if like a bass player or a singer or a harp player is leading the group. Maybe it's a keyboard player. He's playing. He'll kind of look up and look over. You know, he might even give you a nod. You know, a little head shake or a little nod, meaning you know you take this. Or he might give a little, you know, I got it. There's a lot of different you know, symbols or flags that could go on there. But if you know this particular ending, this will probably get you through 35 to 40% of the tunes in a night. It really is. It's very common, at least 25 to 30%. So hope you dig it. Hope you get something out of it. Play with it, have some fun, and I'll see you in the next video.